everyone, I'm going to show you how I did this look today using the Conspiracy Palette. So to start off, I went in with Not a Fact on a medium blending brush. And I went kind of in the outer part of my eye, blending it a bit to the inner crease part. I wasn't too much worried about blending right now. I was just trying to worry about getting the color placement down and blend things out even more. I meant to film this video a while ago, because I got the Conspiracy Palette back whenever it first came out in like November. I was one of the first people that got it. I was a part of the whole internet kind of crashing. So it was kind of funny. I had my boyfriend sit online while I was driving out to work, and he kept telling me he was on the Jeffree Star website and that was crashing, and thankfully I think he was able to get it through Morphe, I believe. It was a really nice thing, so I've been dying to film this since then. So now I just grabbed a smaller blending brush and I used a little bit of spiraling just in the outer corner, blending those two colors together, so Not a Fact was spiraling, just to kind of deepen that outer corner a little bit more. I guess this is more of like a denser brush. It's not all the way a blending brush, but you guys get the picture. I'm really trying to get that spiraling in there in the outer corner. I believe I go in there a few times with the color even after I'm done with this, just to really deepen that up. I don't feel like it's as sparkly or glittery whenever I was blending it out like this, but it's a really good color that you can also put all over the lid and you'll have that nice glimmer. I wasn't too much worried about blending right now. I was just trying to worry about getting the color placement down, and then later on I kind of go through and blend things out even more. I've been dying to film this since then. I've done this look tons of times and I always do fun eyeshadow looks every day. I don't really do like a normal, natural, nude sort of look. Next I'm taking Flaming Hot with a flat shadow brush and I'm putting it at the end of where I put spiraling to the middle of my lid. And I kind of end up even going up a little bit into the crease too, just to blend it up with Not a Fact. And this is also me just kind of laying down a little bit of a red color to give it a little bit more oomph for the next color that I use. Which, Flaming Hot, I don't know why I didn't use more. I've used Not a Fact a whole lot. So here I go through and have a sneeze. I've never seen somebody in slow motion have a sneeze, and I thought it looked funny. And I'm wiping off all the snot off me that I got on my arm. It's great. So now I went in with that same flat brush and I dipped into Trisha. Now, for some reason, you also see me a lot of the time, I smack my brush to get off the extra, but I'm also blowing on it. That's just what I do on myself personally. Trisha has a lot of it's very pigmented, and I didn't want to have pink falling all over my face, and this pink, I mean, it's on for a while. You can't get that stuff off. So then I went in with that same brush again with pigment, and I kind of went in just my inner corner of my lid and blended that up to where Trisha is all together. I don't know exactly what kind of shape I would consider this. It's just kind of what I went with. Sometimes I don't stick with the normal eyeshadow shapes, just do what I feel like. And oftentimes that tends to go a lot better. So anybody that's new to doing eyeshadows, do what feels best for you and what looks best on your eyes. So now I just kind of took a fluffy blending brush and I'm blending everything all together, more in like my inner crease and everything, just to make everything go together. Yeah. I think I poked myself in the eye there, or I needed to stretch my back out because I'm kind of bending down a little bit, so you might see me stretch my back out a little bit more. Alright, so now I went in with sleep paralysis on my finger. I think that's the easiest way to apply this color in my opinion. I've put it on a brush before, I've even wetted a brush. I like doing it on my finger. So I kind of put that all over my lid. Mainly I was trying to like focus that mostly where I put that Trisha and Flaming Hot, a little bit on the inner corner, but mainly, like I said, the middle of the lid, I guess. Yeah, I should have went with middle of the lid. And I feel like I always do whatever hand I am on which side for whenever I'm doing my makeup on myself. So sometimes one finger seems like it picks up more than the other, or sometimes one hand is a little bit more heavier than the other. So sometimes my glitter takes a little bit more to work on one eye than the other. So here I'm just kind of going in with pigment a little bit more, just getting in the inner corner to make sure I still have that part. I didn't want my whole lid to be saturated with sleep paralysis, but now I'm also tapping in a little bit more sleep paralysis. I love that color though. It turned out really, really good, I think. I use that color a lot. Sleep paralysis with Not a Fact is like a very common color combo I did. There I was just talking to myself. So now I'm deepening things up with spiraling again with the same smaller, more dense brush that I used before. And it's amazing. I mean, me watching this now, I can see even bigger of a difference just by adding that. Dimension is definitely a big thing I like to make sure I see whenever I do my makeup. So I even took that, it seems like I took it a little bit higher than what I placed it before. Probably also because of how high I put up sleep paralysis, but that's okay. And notice how I keep tilting back to even see my one lid. It's really hard to tell sometimes. So I was just deepening it up. So now I'm going to the lower lash line. So I took Not a Fact on a small flat brush and I went kind of all over my lower lash line, not making it as dramatic in the inner corners, mainly focusing in the outer and like mid part of it. Just to get some color down, I do go in with other colors and kind of smudge it out a little bit more and create more depth along the lower lash line, I guess you could say. Sorry, you kind of can't see this right there. And I don't know why I kept blowing. Not a Fact is not that dusty. So sometimes I was even going to like the upper part of my eye, right in the outer corner, just to get a little bit extra. I really put on a lot of Not a Fact. Was not expecting that. So now I kind of wiped off the brush and I went in and was just trying to blend that out a little bit more, cleaning it up off my face. So now I'm going in with spiraling to deepen the outer corner and like even the outer lid of my eye just a bit. Nothing too crazy to where it's super dark, and I just went over top of Not a Fact. I didn't go any lower or higher or anything like that. Kind of poked my eye a little bit too. That happens. That brush that I'm using, sometimes I get myself in the eye when I'm trying to get super close. Alright. So now I kind of went in and I was blending a little bit more of Not a Fact above where I had spiraling on my upper lid, just so I could see the colors a little bit more. And then I went in to deepen my spiraling. Alright, so now next I took pigment in the inner corner at the bottom with that same exact brush, and I'm just kind of getting like the inner third of my eye with it. So Not a Fact is mainly in the middle of my under eye, pigment is in the inner corner, and spiraling is over top of the outer corner. And I kind of blended pigment in together with it all. And right now I'm taking a little bit more of Not a Fact just to brighten that up in the middle and blend those guys together. And now I'm taking like a fluffy blending brush and just getting those edges and making sure everything's pretty diffused. No funky lines here. Alright, so now I went in with Ranch with like a little detailing brush in my very, very inner tear duct area. Now I like that area to have a good bit of lightness, so I really pack it on in there. Sometimes I'll get the brush wet, sometimes I won't. Just kind of depends on how the color is looking. But yeah, I really pack it in the inner corner, on the lower and upper eye area. And then I kind of do like turning my head all around to see what areas you get it, because sometimes you ever do that inner corner area and you can't see it from every angle, or if you do, the one angle you look at it, it's really, really like bright and just blinding, and then you look another way and you're like, what happened? I don't even have the color there. Now I'm just kind of blending everything again, just diffusing things even more, making sure the inner corner wasn't too much. And this is kind of what the final look looked like before I put on eyeliner. So here I did eyeliner and I'd put on mascara. Thank you guys for sitting down and watching this. Let me know if you enjoyed hearing a voiceover, and I will see you guys in the next video.